Today, we're going to go over why you should almost never be signing an exclusive deal in Sync and go over the pros and cons of signing an exclusive agreement versus a non-exclusive agreement. So, fun story, about 10 years ago, I first moved to LA, opened up a studio in North Hollywood, and we were making a whole bunch of tracks. Obviously, it was really hard to pay the bills, pay the rent, pay the car note, pay the insurance. So I got approached by this guy that was working in Sync. He was kind of like a Sync agent. And he also had a music library as well. So he knew that I had a whole bunch of tracks in my catalog because I was at the studio every single day making stuff. And so he said, hey, I'll give you $500 a track. If you give me 10 tracks, I'll pay you 5 bands and you can go pay some bills and then you might see your stuff pop up in TV. And I was like, great. Yeah, I need that money. Thanks. So I made these 10 bangers with an artist named Win and another artist named James K, who were like my best friends and best co-writers at the time. And fast forward a few months later, we see these songs pop up in massive shows. Like we got placements in Power, Queen of the South, all types of stuff. It wasn't until later I realized that this guy paid us $500 for a track that he turned around and went and made like 25 grand off of just on the upfront fee alone. So that kind of opened up my eyes to this whole sync game. I went, whoa, there's a lot of money to be made here. Now, I will say I needed that money at the time, so it actually made a lot of sense for me to take that 5 grand for those 10 tracks. But the thing I had to struggle with is that now that guy owns those 10 songs outright forever. And mind you, a few of those tracks ended up making me about $2,000 to $3,000 in back-end royalties on my BMI statement. So all in all, I could live with that because it was kind of a way for me to build up my resume in Sync and led to me being able to go pitch for bigger opportunities. However, once I got my foot in the door in Sync, I realized that I didn't want to do any more exclusive deals like that. I wanted my tracks to have as many opportunities to get placed as possible. And that is the beauty of non-exclusive agreements. Now I have hundreds of tracks that are getting pitched by multiple people, getting me syncs all over the place. And as I talked about before, the name of the game in Sync is volume. How many tracks can you have pumping throughout the system, generating royalties on the back end? Now, one type of exclusivity in agreements that I tend to be okay with is if there's like a non-compete clause. For example, when I licensed my song to Coors Light, there was a clause in the agreement that I could not license that track to another alcohol company for 2 years. And trust me, I was totally okay with that because they paid us out well over 100 grand twice for that song. Now, there is the argument that with exclusive production music libraries, they have a better chance at getting your stuff placed because they have stronger relationships, maybe are more reputable. And music supervisors know when they go to these exclusive libraries, they're not going to have to worry about maybe finding that track in some other library and then having to worry about some type of clearance issue with the song. But in my experience, that's never really been a big issue. And if there was ever anything that came up, it got resolved pretty easily. So in conclusion, if you're brand new to Sync, maybe an exclusive work for hire type situation could make sense if you just got to pay some bills real quick and get some money fast. But just remember that you could be shooting yourself in the foot long term if you do that. If you want longevity in Sync, the best course of action I see is to have as many people pitching your music as possible. And that is what a non-exclusive agreement allows you to do. If you guys got some value from this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions regarding Sync, just leave it in the comments below and I will make a video responding to you. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.